welcome to class, everybody. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because, well, we are looking at a true watershed moment. I want you to mentally circle the year 2022 as a massive, landmark date in human history. Seriously. For millennia, we've just looked up at the stars, right? Just passively observing the cosmos and everything flying through it. But in 2022, we stopped just watching. We literally reached out and for the very first time successfully altered the mechanics of the solar system. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how we pulled off the most ambitious planetary defense experiment ever conceived.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts, let me ask you a question. Imagine we look through our telescopes tomorrow and bam, we discover a massive asteroid on a direct collision course with Earth. What would humanity actually do? I mean, for decades, this was strictly the domain of Hollywood blockbusters, right? We'd imagine sending up a rogue crew of oil drillers or maybe detonating massive explosives at the literal last second. But moving away from sci-fi and into our current reality, how does a true, scientifically sound planetary defense actually work?
All right, here is our syllabus for today's explainer. We're covering 6 main parts. The first defense test, understanding the binary system, the impact and physics, the recoil effect, major challenges, and the Hera mission, and finally, the importance of early detection. By the end of this session, you'll know exactly how we defend our planet. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The first defense test, specifically the DART mission. So DART, which stands for Double Asteroid Redirection Test, was NASA's, and honestly humanity's, first practical planetary defense experiment. Now, the core concept here wasn't to blow an asteroid to smithereens. Honestly, that just creates a massive shotgun spray of radioactive space rocks heading toward us, which is highly unhelpful. Instead, DART relied on a concept called kinetic impact. The goal was incredibly elegant. Intentionally crash a spacecraft into an asteroid just to slightly alter its trajectory. We're talking a tiny nudge, applied at the exact right time, to change its orbit by just a few minutes. Moving to Section 2, understanding the binary system, and why we needed the perfect target. To test this whole kinetic impact theory, we needed the perfect subjects. We couldn't just hit some random rock in the void. We needed a way to instantly and accurately measure if our nudge actually worked. Enter the Didymos and Dimorphos binary system. Let's break this down with a simple analogy. I want you to picture a giant boulder with a smaller rock orbiting around it. Didymos is the big boulder, about 780 meters across. Dimorphos is the smaller rock, right around 160 meters, orbiting the boulder like a tiny, kind of lumpy moon. Why is this setup so absolutely perfect? Because by watching how long it takes that smaller rock to circle the bigger one, telescopes back on Earth can precisely measure its orbital time. If we hit the smaller rock and that orbit speeds up, we know exactly how much energy we transferred. It's basically a giant cosmic clock.
Section 3. The impact and physics, and the incredible approach.
Let's reconstruct those final, highly tense moments leading up to the historic collision in September 2022, because hitting a 160-meter rock in the vast pitch-black void of space is an absolutely astonishing engineering challenge. The journey started with a launch back in November 2021, sending the DART probe millions of kilometers away. But here's the crazy part. At 11 million kilometers from Earth, there is a massive communication delay. Mission Control couldn't just steer this thing with a joystick. So the probe relied on the SmartNav autonomous system. This brilliant software let the probe literally see the asteroid and self-correct its own path in real time. It actually distinguished the smaller Dimorphos from the larger Didymos, locked on, and accelerated to a staggering 22,000 kilometers per hour right up until the literal moment of impact.
And then the screen goes black. The impact happens. So, what were the results? Scientists were honestly just hoping for a tiny change. The baseline for success, the minimum expected goal, was to shorten Dimorphos's almost 12-hour orbit by at least 73 seconds. If they got 73 seconds, they were popping champagne. But look at this massive discrepancy on the actual results. After weeks of careful observation by telescopes worldwide, the final calculation was an orbital shift of 32 minutes.
32 minutes. Not seconds, guys, minutes. I literally cannot emphasize this number enough because 32 spectacularly outperformed even the most optimistic expectations. With this shift, humanity officially and measurably altered the movement of a celestial body for the very first time in history. The mission didn't just work, it was a total, overwhelming triumph.
Which brings us to Section 4, the recoil effect, looking at the science behind the impact. To understand why this worked so incredibly well, we have to look at the unique physical composition of Dimorphos. It turns out, this thing isn't a solid, dense chunk of iron.
Scientists believe it's what we call a rubble pile, basically a collection of rock fragments and boulders loosely held together by gravity. When DART slammed into it at 22,000 kilometers per hour, it didn't just dent a solid surface. No, it shattered that loose structure, violently ejecting a massive cloud of debris and dust out into space. And because of Newton's third law of motion, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, all that debris shooting out in one direction acted like a natural rocket recoil. It basically turned the asteroid into a temporary rocket engine, giving Dimorphos a massive extra push in the exact opposite direction.
Section 5. Major Challenges and the Hera Mission. Exploring reality and our future.
All right, class, it is time to bring us back to reality for a second and look at the undeniable challenges of unscripted cosmic threats. We absolutely have to recognize the difference between a highly controlled test and a real-world nightmare scenario. The DART test gave us years of preparation. We knew exactly where Dimorphos was, it had a highly predictable orbit, and it was relatively small. But real threats? Oh, they introduce terrifying variables. We could be dealing with objects way larger than 160 meters. They might have highly complex, erratic orbits. And worst of all, we might have incredibly short notice before an impact. A real threat definitely does not play by our schedule.
Because there are so many unknown variables, we desperately need more data from our test. Enter the European Space Agency's Hera mission. I want you to think of Hera as the ultimate follow-up crime scene investigation for this historic experiment. Launching to visit the Didymos system, Hera has very specific goals. It's going to thoroughly analyze that massive crater DART created, measure Dimorphos' exact mass, peek deep into its internal rubble pile structure, and determine the precise physical effects of the collision. This data is the missing puzzle piece, the absolute key to turning our single successful test into a repeatable, reliable planetary defense strategy.
Finally, Section 6, the importance of early detection. This is without a doubt our greatest defense.
Listen, in the game of planetary defense, time is your absolute greatest weapon. Step 1 is constant monitoring. Right now, automatic observatories, planetary radars, and telescopes around the globe are working nonstop to scan the skies. Step 2 is early detection. If we find a threat, we need to know about it not days, not months, but years or even decades in advance. Why? Because of Step 3, applying minimal force. If you detect an asteroid millions of miles away, years before it crosses Earth's path, you only need to shift its trajectory by a fraction of a degree. A tiny push from a kinetic impactor like DART, given enough time, magnifies over millions of miles into a clean miss. If you wait until the last minute, honestly, no amount of force is going to save you.
Which leaves us with this final defining thought for today's explainer. The best defense is not destroying an asteroid at the last minute, it is discovering it early. For thousands of years, we were basically sitting ducks in a massive cosmic shooting gallery. But with DART, we have officially entered a new era. We've proven that we have the physics, the engineering, and the sheer capability to protect our home. The question now is just ensuring our eyes on the sky are wide open. Thank you so much for joining me today, class. Keep looking up, stay curious, and I will catch you in the next one.